Good evening and welcome everyone to round 29 on the schedule here at South Boston. Gonna be doing some short track racing under the lights, and the schedule is ticking down. Only 8 races to go, 7 after this one. But our surprise qualifiers, Hayden Klein has the pole for tonight's race. An unbelievable run for Hayden Klein. Klein has struggled all year, including having an engine failure this race weekend. However, getting out there and qualifying in the final Q session, Klein is able to start on the front row and lead the field down to start this race. William Brock's going to be alongside of him, and what a fantastic front row we have. Short track racing always brings out the best in all worlds. This brings out maybe like an even playing field for all drivers. So you see a lot of drivers having some good runs in qualifying. Drivers like John aren't really getting the best out of his car. 14th. Eric Burton having a good run down there in 11th. Caleb Hoffman trying to get another point in the Rookie of the Year honors. He only leads by 1 by Dylan Schwellenberg, and the schedule is ticking down in races. He starts 9th. Our championship contenders did not really have the best run. Dom Capps had the best run in qualifying. He qualified 4th, but he's on the outside lane, which has proved to be a very detrimental run for him. Nick Mace is 17th, Jesse Turner, the point leader, qualified 21st, and Jay Bassinger, who has been finishing in the top 2 in about every race since round 22. I mean, he has finished in the top 2 6 of the last 7 races, so Bassinger has really been closing the gap in the point standings, but can he close the gap even more on Jesse Turner? We're going to have to wait and see for this very long race tonight at South Boston. As we get ready to go racing, Hayden Klein, the Season 4 champion, is going to be leading the field down to the green. I can't remember the last time this has happened. But the Season 4 champion going to lead us to green. William Brock alongside. 8 races to go in the championship, and we're racing. Klein did not get a good turn 1 and 2. His car looked pretty tight. Griffin going to take advantage of it. Griffin to the inside, and Ryan Griffin's going to lead the first lap. Lap 4 in the race, and Nick Mace is already into the top 10, and Jesse Turner not far behind. He's only closing in the gap into the top 10. Hayden Klein, the pole sitter, already dropping out of the top 10 in this race, while the championship contenders, who started around 20th position of Nick Mace and Jesse Turner, are creeping their way forward. Dom Capps, who started on the outside lane like I mentioned, who qualified 4th, is dropping like a rock. That outside lane is a terrible spot to be in, and I mean, you could qualify 4th, and it would be better for you to be qualified 25th. That's how bad the outside lane is, and you got to get to the bottom. You got to get the bottom badly. Hayden Klein being a big proof of that as he falls even more so. But Jake Bassinger, who started 29th, he's closing his way in to the top 10. James Silverfox in his second to last race in the Sony Cup Series. Silverfox won here in a dramatic fashion back in Season 6. And he also won here back in Season 12. Silverfox really does love South Boston. This is why he chose one of this track to be one of his last races. And he's into the top 5. He qualified back in 25th. And within 10 laps, he is up into 5th and now into 4th position on Cody Lamas. The battle for the championship is what we're going to watch most of the night. Jesse Turner, Nick Mace, title contenders. Mace is sitting there 3rd in the championship, 72 points back to Jesse Turner in this race. And, well, any point's going to matter. And Turner proving it right now that he is the one to beat. Dom Capps, 2nd in the championship, has finally found the bottom lane, getting into Luis Hernandez, 4 wide. Oh, trouble possibly coming. 4 wide racing here at South Boston. Oh my, how did they sort that out? Casey Lester, Luis Hernandez, the rookies, not budging to the Season 6 champion. And Dom Capps riding back here in 33rd, racing hard with the rookies, trying to get himself back in position to gain points, but as now, he is losing a bunch to Jesse Turner. Ryan Griffin, the leader. He took the lead on lap 1 of the race, and he's already lapping cars here on lap 29. He's gotten by Scott Roush. Sean Harple, Stephen Jenkins sitting back there 2nd and 3rd. Nick Mace back there in 4th. Jesse Turner and Jake Bassinger Man, Bassinger, Turner, they started outside the top 20. Here they are. Bassinger started 29th, and there he is on Jesse Turner making a spot. Man, the short tracks have not been kind to Dom Caps. Second race in a row, Dom Caps is going to struggle in the points massively. 34th on track and goes a lap down to teammate Ryan Griffin on lap 37 out of 375. Well, from the pole to getting lapped by Ryan Griffin on lap 58, many people may think that lap by Hayden Klein was a complete out of luck, but it really wasn't. Hayden Klein is actually the third fastest lap time out here in this race so far. Just behind Jake Bassinger and Nick Mace for the fastest lap in this race. Yeah, Hayden Klein's got speed in that 9 car. Just really bad luck with getting shoved to the high side by Ryan Griffin early on. Griffin has led every lap so far. Nick Mace has moved his way up into second, trying to run down Ryan Griffin. Third place is Sean Harple, holding on to a solid run. Phoenix and Richmond, Harple had great runs there, top 5 runs, and Harper really proving his case to Mace Enterprises that he can get the job done, and he's doing a great job in third. Has a good chance for tonight's race to possibly maybe win a race. I don't know. Bassinger and Turner fighting for fourth. They make up the top 5. While back here you see Dom Cap still struggling to move his way up the order, and much like Richmond, he's going to have to get some adjustments under pit stops to get his way up the order. Weeks is 6th, 7th place is James Sorfox, 8th place is Jeffrey Lynn, 9th is Chris Dodd, who's worked his way up, and Cody Lama sitting there in 10th. 100 laps out of 375 complete, and Ryan Griffin has led every single one of those laps, but Nick Mace is right there now. Nick Mace, the defending winner of this race, won here last year, and he's looking to defend his crown of a South Boston winner. He's on the back bumper of the 11 Ford. Griffin's not been passed all night. Griffin passed Klein and checked out with a big lead. And here comes Nick Mace, looking low. Looks as though he's going to be able to get the spot. There he is. Griffin gives him the position. And Nick Mace to the inside takes the lead for the first time tonight. Nick Mace looking to put his rival for the championship 2 laps down. Dom Caps, who has been struggling with his race car ever since the get-go. He qualified 4th. The best of the title contenders for tonight's race. But he's definitely not been able to show anything for that. He is still 30th on the board and 2 laps down to Nick Mace. Nick Mace underneath of James Sorfox. That means that only 10 drivers are on the lead lap. You see Chris Dodd. He's in the 10th position, having a great run tonight, but he is in danger of going a lap down. Nick Mace really able to get on the gas a lot faster than the drivers in front of him. With Art and Dodd in front, it's going to make it difficult to get around. But Chris Dodd in 10th, the last car on the lead lap. We're only 114 laps in, not even halfway, and only 10 cars are on the lead lap. We're looking to get even more, less than that, to go 1 lap down or more by the end of this night. Nick Mace got underneath of Ryan Griffin and scooted past him, and Griffin seems as though his tires are fading in this run, and Jake Bassinger from 29th on the grid is up into 2nd place. And Jake Bassinger's teammate, Jesse Turner, from 21st on the grid, is now into P3 past Sean Harple. The Turner Performance cars are looking really good. P4, might I add. It's actually P4. Griffin's up in P3. But Turner and Bassinger have really been really good in the last couple of races. Turner just being able to click off top 10s, top 5s, and he's just been so solid that no matter what any of the title contenders do, they can't make up enough ground on Jesse Turner. Turner continuing to be rock solid today. But here comes Ryan Griffin right back at Jake Bassinger. Bassinger was trying to run down Nick Mace, but he doesn't even look as quick as Nick Mace. Nick Mace is really pulling the gap now, and is looking really quick. That 48 Chevy is looking unstoppable right now, but pit stops are looming. Nick Mace has pulled a good straightaway on 2nd place. Pit stops are underway. Ryan Griffin is on pit road along with our pole sitter of Hayden Klein. Griffin's going to try and get an early jump on the tires and try and make up some ground on Nick Mace. Here comes Nick Mace. He's down on pit road, and he's going to hand the lead back over to Jake Bassinger. Bassinger's going to lead the race for the first time tonight and get a bonus point in the championship. And problems getting onto pit road. Exactly what we were afraid of. This happened exactly last time we were here. And Dejon Weeks, Brian Griffin, John Art all have damage. Here it is, Dejon Weeks trying to leave pit road, Dylan Young, his teammate, trying to enter, and they slam into each other. And Weeks gets it right in there to John Art. Hayden Klein gets a piece. Nick Mace also involved. Eric Burton, Ryan Griffin, and back there in the pack, Jake Bassinger slammed into Zachary Fitzwater. Here this was, Bassinger was trying to get to pit road too, and slammed into Fitzwater. John Bunnell also got a piece of this, but some heavy damage to Jake Bassinger. His luck of trying to get a 7th top 2 finish in the last 8 races is probably not going to happen here. So caution fell at the possible worst time in the middle of pit stop. So there are cars that are on the lead lap, some cars that aren't. So let's look at that. Cody Lamas is your race leader. DJ Curtis, a Cybertron 1-2 right now, with Sean Harpel in 3rd. Jake Bassinger sitting back there in 3rd, or sitting back there in 4th. Nick Mace, who has damage as well, sitting there in 5th. They actually repaired that 97 pretty well. He's there. Nick Mace is actually looking like he's got a bit more damage. He's there in 5th, but he's getting washed up the track by Scott Roush. But Charles Sanford, along with PJ Williams, Stephen Jenkins, Andreas Allen, James Sewerfox, Jordan Davis, and Jesse Turner caught a caution at the perfect time. Absolutely perfect time. They're on the tail end of the lead lap, but they're in danger of going 1 lap down to Cody Lamas. But right now, Cybertron Motorsports 1-2 with Lamas, Curtis, and Sean Harpel to the inside. But Carson Scott has to dive for pit road. And man, that really bottled up Sean Harpel and his chances of trying to take the lead there. But still, Cybertron Motorsports 1-2. They have not won a race since Curtis won at Cleveland earlier in the season. And their pace has been kind of lacking for Cybertron Motorsports as their only win this season. And Cody Lamas out front here in South Boston. Heartbreak for Ryan Griffin. He looked really good. He had a strategy to try and win this race, but a caution flag failed at the possible worst time. And another caution flag. And he has got a bunch of damage and doesn't look like he's going to be much of a threat, but we're going to see what the yellow is out for. Problems when Carson Scott tried to merge into a 4 wide. That was never going to happen. And Matt DeLeo and Carson Scott spun on the back straight, and a caution flag flew. Well, as we set the grid back up for you again, some cars that were on the tail end lead lap got back on the lead lap on the old-fashioned way. Curtis got by Cody Lamas for the lead. Cybertron Motorsports in a prime position to take this win, but they got about half the race left to go, and Curtis leads his teammate over Jake Bassinger. Nick Mace, PJ Williams, Ryan Acosta, Jesse Turner staying there in 7th, James Sewerfox in 8th, 9th is Charles Sanford. The 1 car, Stephen Jenkins, rounding out the top 10. Oh, but problems down in turn 1. Big crash involving Jake Bassinger, Nick Mace, Charles Sanford, and a bunch of others are involved. Heavy damage. Well, cautions breed cautions. Carson Scott again will probably be investigated after this race. He just flat dumped John Art into the field, involving Jake Bassinger and Nick Mace. And more importantly, Jesse Turner missed the wreck. This race went from calm to chaotic real quick. Scott turned Art, Enter Rodriguez, Davidson, Williams was there, Charles Sanford. Man, then the track is blocked, nowhere to go, and Jake Bassinger's hopes of another top 2 finish is done. Well, as we re-rack them for you, DJ Curtis leads over Cody Lamas, Jesse Turner, James Sewerfox, and Jordan Davis, the top 5. As we come to the line, man, Cybertron Motorsports have been really nowhere in the second half of the season, and here they are in the prime position to steal this win in a chaotic race here at South Boston so far. Curtis leads his teammate and is pulling the gap. Jesse Turner to the inside of Cody Lamas. That was for 2nd position. And it does look like a bunch of cars have damage, and I'm Wouldn't be surprised because there's been a lot of chaotic stuff going on. Dylan Schwellenberg grenading the engine right here in front of the big lead pack of race cars, and there goes his chance of getting a point for the rookie of the race. Turner was able to avoid him very safely, but the rest of the field trying to make an evasive move to get around him. Schwellenberg makes it down to pit road safely. More problems back in the pack. Matthew Rodriguez gets spun around by the 76 of William Brock, who's got a bunch of damage, and caution flag is out yet again. Here it is, just racing really hard. I think they had to check up for Silver Fox, who was coming down pit road. Silver Fox down pit road is going to lose a lap. I think he may have had a tire going down. Silver Fox, who was on the lead lap in his second to last race in a part-time schedule, had a good chance to try and win today's race, but possibly going to throw that one away. Going back to the green, Cybertron Motorsports with pit stops have found themselves first and second. Jeffrey Lynn has worked his way back on the lead lap, sitting there in third with relatively a pretty clean race car. Possibly a good chance to get his second win of the season. And here we go. Green flag is back in the air. Jesse Turner sitting there in fourth, Nick Mace in fifth, and Sanford and Davis right behind Mace. Yet again, they're racing really hard, trying to get every little position they can. Carson Scott trying to get every little lap back he can on the start. Curtis still your race leader. Every point is going to matter, and Nick Mace with a beat-up race car is driving past Jesse Turner. Oh, not, well, okay. Nick Mace comes down pit road. And with that, Jesse Turner looks like he's having the perfect race right now. Looking to try and take second position away again from Cody Lamas, and he will. But Nick Mace having problems. Looks as though he had a flat tire in the 48 Chevy. Andres Allen the same way. Man, this race has been very chaotic, and Jesse Turner is looking to take the lead from DJ Curtis. Jesse Turner and his team just know how to avoid trouble. I don't know if it's just mere luck or what have you, but Turner is in the lead here at South Boston. Dom Capps ricochets under the racetrack. That was very unsafe. It takes out his teammate. On top of Scott Roush. Caution flag again. Well, due to pit stops, Charles Sanford is your leader. Yep, that's right. Charles Sanford is the race leader and hasn't won a race since Canadian Tire of last year. Man, this race has been very, very chaotic. Only 6 cars are on the lead lap, and Young is in 7th position in the top 10. Griffin back in the top 10. Silver Fox back in the top 10. Allen's a lap down now. Nick Mace fell a lap down after having to make an unscheduled pit stop. Same with Allen. He was down a lap because of that. But Charles Sanford, well, he was in the lead. Steven Jenkins is now your new race leader. And apparently, DJ Curtis is out of this race. Looks as though he blew the motor under caution flag, and I didn't even notice it. And Curtis, a possible chance of a win, is gone. Just to show what kind of race this race has been, really, since we got near halfway. William Brock is in 9th place with that. With that race car, William Brock has drove up to 9th place. Charles Sanford's the last car on the lead lap in 6th. 1 lap down, William Brock is up to 9th. This race has really became very random and very chaotic, and to be frank, a wreck fest. And probably the craziest one since Bearfield. Short tracks have not been kind to the 2018 schedule, and very, very chaotic race indeed. Jordan Fisher, 16th on the board, and Bobby Jones also with no hood, riding around in the 15th position. This is the battle right here for third. Jesse Turner has it, but Jeffrey Lynn wants it. Or Jesse Turner had it, but Jeffrey Lynn, yeah. Lynn's up to third. Turner's looking like he's going to go down to 5th, with Davis up to 4th. Probably his best finish in many, many weeks, like a couple of months now. He's not even been in the top 10. But Cody Lama sitting there in 2nd. Don't count him out. He's trying to run down Steven Jenkins. Both the top 2 drivers have not won a race this season. I won't count him out yet, but Nick Mace with a damaged race car is running some of the best laps I've seen. He's just flying out there right now. He is back on the lead lap. He passed Steven Jenkins a while ago, and he is just flying. He passed Stephen Jenkins. He's passed Matt DeLeo. He's passing John Bunnell. He is just out there flying. He's back on the lead lap in 7th position. Charles Sanford, like a good ways ahead, though, is the next car to pass. There he is. But Nick Mace is on a roll right now, and we still got over 100 laps to go. Here's the race for second. Jeffrey Lynn gonna move up past Cody Lamas and try and get up there and past Stephen Jenkins. Jordan Davis has also went by Cody Lamas along with Jesse Turner, and Jordan Davis is actually going underneath of Lynn and going to take that position away. Jordan Davis, who is leaving Mace Enterprises at the end of the year to go drive for Yamp Motorsports, is trying to run down that one car. That one car is the car he's going to be driving for in 2019, and Davis has his crosshairs on it. He's wanting to get up there and pass that one car and take the win away and get his 10th career Sony Cup Series victory here at South Boston. This race might have been a little bit too much of like a crash fest, like a lot of collisions on track, but we still have a race on our hands. A very good race for the lead between Stephen Jenkins, Jeffrey Lynn, and Jordan Davis. Jeffrey Lynn won at Springfield and has been looking to get another victory before he retires from the Sony Cup Series. Stephen Jenkins shoulda, coulda, woulda, shoulda won the Daytona 500 and Atlanta to start the year off, but has not been able to find victory lane at all in 2018. He's looking to get victory lane here. Jordan Davis, who went on a hot streak for a couple of races when he won Richmond and he won Charlotte, but ever since Kansas, he's just never been the same. He hasn't been able to perform, and Davis is actually dropping like a rock. He may have a problem in that 5 car. He was battling for the lead, and now he is dropping off the pace. Jesse Turner has moved past Jordan Davis, who continues to drop like a rock, possibly going to be off the pace. Meanwhile, a race for the lead. Jenkins, the 2016 South Boston winner, trying to hold off Jeffrey Lynn. Jenkins has never won a race in the 2018 season. He hasn't won it all this season. We've mentioned that. And he's trying to get it done. But Jeffrey Lynn trying to get another win for Allen Family Racing Team. And he's out front. Here he comes, Nick Mace. What a drive by this champion. Possibly one of the best drivers on the grid. Nick Mace underneath of his teammate of Charles Sanford for the 6th position, and has Cody Lamas right there in front of him. That's the battle for 5th. Jordan Davis is in 4th, and not far ahead is Jesse Turner. And even in front of him, the battle for the lead continuing to rage on. But you want to keep an eye on Nick Mace because he looks the best one out there. The 2017 winner is closing in, but Jenkins gonna take the lead back. The 2016 winner here is back out front with a pass on Jeffrey Lynn. Jeffrey Lynn getting shuffled up high. That allows Jesse Turner to get the inside. And Turner moving up into 2nd position. Nick Mace closing in. Nick Mace up another position past Jordan Davis. He is definitely the fastest driver out there right now. Nick Mace is into 3rd position. Jesse Turner in 2nd, trying to run down Stephen Jenkins. Jenkins, your race leader, but we have just little less than 100 laps to go and one more pit stop, which could be crazy. Nick Mace, though, is just flying out there, and this is his race to lose or to win, and he better be careful lapping race cars and getting around them. He looks like the best one so far. Problems for Dom Capps in the 6 Ford. Dom Capps' engine has let go from the 24th position. Dom Capps never really had it tonight, and his crew failed him in trying to prepare a really good piece for tonight. And Dom Capps, this could be it for his championship hopes of winning in 2018. Jordan Davis is saying, hold on 1 second. He is battling Nick Mace. This is the first car I've seen try and battle Nick Mace since that last restart. And Jordan Davis up a position. And Davis looking for 2nd on Jesse Turner. Lap car Chris Dodd getting in the way just a little bit. That allows Davis and his teammate of Nick Mace They scoot on by for second and third. Turner not giving up, fighting back against Nick Mace. And Turner regains third, looking for second again. The 2015 champion has a lot of drive, and he takes it back. The teammates are racing really hard with each other to try and get this position on each other. Matt DeLeo comes up in front of Davis. Contact! Davis into Mace. Contact and a spin. Carson Scott's in the wall again. Oh man, another caution flag is out. And that is going to bunch the field up yet again. And the yellow flag flies for yet another time. This pit road has proved to be very tricky to get off and on. And DeLeo merges, but he merges a little too much. Jordan Davis was there, and Mace kind of rode the wall a little bit. That might do some more damage, but he's already got a lot of damage. Most everyone gets away with cosmetic damage. As we come back to a restart, we gotta notify this. Jordan Davis has fell out of the race due to an engine failure. So now, as we get set to finish this one off, Jeffrey Lynn with pit strategy is out front. A lot of pit strategy unfolding into this caution flag. Lynn is your leader. Sanford is in second. Third place is Nick Mace, but fourth is Cody Lamas. Back there in fifth, looking for fifth place. Steven Jenkins is in fifth, but he's going to have to dive to pit road along with Jesse Turner. Turner and Jenkins have to dive for pit road, which is going to shake things up tremendously. The point leader is on pit road, giving up track position. And Cody Lamas has taken the race lead, but a caution flag is out again. Here it is. Bobby Jones gets into Scott Roush, and Roush spins in front of the field. Garrett Sidner, Matthew Rodriguez get involved, and Sidner up in the air just a little bit there, and back on all fours. Well, let's try it again. Oh boy. As we come back to the green, Lamas is your leader over Lynn, Sanford, Mace, and Andreas Allen is in the top 5 and on the lead lap. Dylan Young, Luis Hernandez, Jenkins, Turner, Silver Fox the top 10. Really, it's down to a 5-car race. Lamas is your leader, and Mace getting to the inside where he needs to be to try and make up spots. He's underneath of Charles Sanford, he's underneath of Jeffrey Lynn, and now Mace is into second, and lap car Ryan Griffin possibly going to get in the way of Cody Lamas on the inside. Lamas has not won a race in 2018. He's looking for his first win in 2018, but Nick Mace underneath of him. Mace trying to get his 32nd career win in a damaged race car, just exactly like he did in 2017, and Mace is your new leader. Give a call to this guy. Kyle Collins has worked his way up into 8th position. This has been a crazy, crazy race. He's in 8th, and Luis Hernandez, who has been down low in the grid all race, he's in the top 10 and the rookie of the race right now. Man, this is a crazy race right now, and Hernandez and Collins are proving it and having a great run, but Mace is trying to check out, running some of his best laps he's ran all night. Charles Sanford from second position is off the pace. Not sure what is wrong with the 24 car, but the caution flag is out, and not what his teammate of Nick Mace wanted to see. An issue for Charles Sanford brings us back to a restart. With less than 40 laps to go, Nick Mace leads over Jeffrey Lynn, Lynn's teammate of Andreas Allen, and Cody Lamas. That is your top 4, and the top 4 on the lead lap. Dylan Young in 5th in pursuit to try and get his first top 5 all season. Dylan Young has not had a top 5 finish all year long. Possibly will be able to get one here. But Jesse Turner trying to push through to get up there to 5th place. But Cody Lamas trying to push even further. Lamas trying to go for the lead. Cody Lamas has not won a race all year. And here he is underneath of his future boss-to-be. Lamas passing Nick Mace. And an engine failure for Matt DeLeo. Matt DeLeo, who's been in a few incidents this race, grenades the engine. Jesse Turner making life difficult for Nick Mace. 3 wide, headed off into turn 1. Jeffrey Lynn gets into second position. Lynn looks like he's got the better car over Cody Lamas. He's in a good position to try and take this here. Nick Mace needs to get back to the inside if he wants to have any chance to make up any ground, but his car looks like it's pushing. Lamas is your leader. Here comes Mace back at Jeffrey Lynn. And Mace is going to get it. Jesse Turner pushed Lynn out of the groove, and Nick Mace goes right on by. Turner getting underneath of Cody Lamas is the best thing Nick Mace could see right now. But Mace is not getting down low underneath of Cody Lamas. Here he comes. Mace to the inside trying to take the lead back. And indeed he will. Mace back out front and into the lead again. Battle for 5th, Dylan Young trying to capture his first top 5 finish of this entire year. Jesse Turner goes by, and with that, Young moves down to 6th. But right now, Young is doing his best finish of this entire season. His best finish has been 7th, but this will be his best finish of the entire year if he can hang on to 6th, but has never finished in the top 5. Doesn't look like it's going to happen today unless another caution happens, which it might. What a night for Andreas Allen. Staying out of trouble. Has done a fantastic race. Andreas Allen sits in 3rd position, just behind his teammate Jeffrey Lynn. Allen Family Racing Team, 2nd and 3rd right now, having a great day. It's time to put this race out of its misery. A lot of fans possibly not liking this race because of how it's been a crash fest, and possibly could get taken off the schedule for 2019, even though there's a contracting deal for it to be on the schedule for 2019. But Nick Mace taking the white flag and eyeing a 4th win this season. Nick Mace, 4 wins is the most wins he's ever won in a single season. He's looking to tie that record of his own. Nick Mace off turn 4 wins at South Boston for the 2nd year in a row. And a damaged race car had to overcome adversity. He has been in just about almost every wreck out there. And with a damaged race car, Nick Mace comes home as the winner. Out of 365 laps, Nick Mace has done it. And even though he's won the race, he's still not gaining that much points on Jesse Turner. Turner comes away with his 11th top 5 of the year and his 21st top 10 of this season. Jesse Turner ties Nick Mace and Dom Capps' record of the most top 10s in a single season at 21. A fantastic record for Jesse Turner, continuing to be very, very solid. Man, with 7 races remaining now, Turner is looking very solid. We have Talladega, and then we have one more road course to go to, and that's the last 2 wildcard events. Anything can happen, but Turner stretching his point lead on Jake Bassinger and Dom Capps today. Really, Turner is only worried about Nick Mace in the final 7 races. Let's get you to the finishing results and standings after round 29.